Okay, to start us off, there's like two very important things that everybody needs to know, even if you've run the game before. And it's basically about the Bearcoin route and about how to start up a file. Because if you start up a new file and it's too late, like if you've watched through the intro of the game, or if you stayed in the main menu too long, you can't skip through these cutscenes right here. So, because we have to reset our game halfway through the run, we want to prevent that. So you see I'm like spamming the buttons and I cannot skip this right now. And we want to prevent that. So how to prevent that is you boot up your new save, you immediately reset the game, and then you immediately reset the game again. And now I am able to mash through it. And if I start up my file right now, or like very closely after mashing through those opening cutscenes, after resetting the game, we will be able to mash through those cutscenes yet again. So that is a very important part. Okay. And another thing, we do save in 103 in the start, because if you do not save, you will get softlocked in the end when you want to trigger the 103% cutscene. So that is why you want to save right here, but I do mention that in the guide. Okay, and now I am going over the Bearcoin route. Gonna pop up my trusted text file right here. So, oops. So basically, what is important? So this is basically how the route is. So you pick up 9 bear coins in World 1, 8 in World 2, 15 in World 4, 8 in World 3, and 14 in World 5. So I usually have my splits formatted like this, so that I have the world, after the world, in normal brackets, I have the number of bear coins that I want to have exiting the world. And in these square brackets, I usually have the amount of banana birds I should have at that point exiting that world. So that way, you're able to check every world at the end of every world if you are shy on any bear coins. So this route, you will get, with all the intended coins, we will get 54 coins. So that means you are able to miss 2 coins and you are still able to get the robbery done, because the robbery works super well with 52 coins too. So this route just has a couple extra coins so you won't run into that problem. I will have, I will like, I know of a couple backup coins. I'm gonna like clip them and put them like at the end of the tutorial or whatever. But I do show off one extra backup coin. I'm probably gonna show off 2 extra backup coins in the whole tutorial anyways. So that's that. And yeah, now I'm probably just gonna be starting the tutorial, and miscellaneous tech and whatnot I'm probably all gonna shove into the end, and leave like some bookmarks in the description. Okay, so I'm just gonna like go through World 1, the start of the early game now, and like try to explain as I go. So let's just start a run. Like the hardest parts in the early game of 103 are basically the bear coin route. Yeah, here we just want to save. There is a wrinkly skip here, but it's just like super precise and it only saves 4 seconds. It will cause you a lot of resets, because if you mess it up you lose even more time, so it's better to just save in the start. Yeah, here everything is normal, just hold diagonal and Y when you leave. And then we're gonna enter World 1. 1-1 is actually pretty straightforward. Especially if you've played any percent or something, it's a lot like any percent. Here we just team up like right here. Throw Kitty in the barrel. Easy. This bonus pretty straightforward. It's like I can't really go in depth into what to do here because you just basically copy the movement of other players. Here you just drop over the guy, grab the DK coin, roll late, twirl on here because we need those bear coins. Oops. You can do that cleaner, but it's whatever. This is the second bonus, like you'll get used to like what type of RNGs you'll get here because you'll usually reach this bonus within the same time ranges, so there are like a couple of like specific RNGs that you just get used to. And there are like placements on the wiki that are good to look at that show like in what spawns how many bananas can show up. So like you just like at one point you just know the banana spawns and keep counting. Yeah, just release Y there for that jump over the barrel. Oops. There's like you could do different movement here in the end. Exiting this bonus. Hold up. Easy. But the easiest one is to just release Y during the roll through the barrel and jumping up. Then you do a deep roll and a small roll, exactly, and then a long roll, and we got it. But in general, this level is it isn't like you're gonna be doing this stage so often that it's gonna become like insanely trivial. So it's like it's not one of the stages that need like in-depth explanation, I'd say. Yeah, here like the general idea is not be too greedy on the handles, because this is 103. This is not warpless. You don't need these gates to be insanely close. Here we just go under. It's just safer, because if you lose Kitty here, or Dixie here, you can't enter this bonus, so it's a reset, so might as well wait. The 1 second time save is not worth. This is one of the hardest bonuses in the game. If, like, don't lose your mind here. I've lost my mind countless times in this bonus. If you get anything in the 20 range, it's all good. Don't try to get an actual, like, insanely optimal one. Here we just go under 2. Grab this. You can grab it from higher so you get the checkpoint. I'm just used to grabbing it from below. Yeah, this is a meme that can happen if you spam the B button. I'm bad at timing the barrel, so... For Donkey 2 players, it'll be easier. For like people who are actually good at shooting barrels. I'm not. Oh yeah, for the bonuses, you can just hold B and you will immediately skip the thing, like the cutscene. We need to get this bear coin here. Just release the D-pad after the first jump. Otherwise you might like overshoot the bear coin and not get it. Here we just shoot up, go around, shoot to the side, just like pull the handle all the way down and you can go on the side of that guy. It's the same here, just don't greed too hard on the handles and everything is good. Here you just immediately turn, oh, oops, immediately turn around, full jump. Dude, I can't fucking do this anymore, I'm washed. There we go. I can't explain it while doing it. But it's basically this. You wanna be like high up when you throw the DK coin. Yo, what up, Anunkas? So let's go back here again right quick. There we go. Let's load this. So yeah, you roll in. Oh yeah, exactly like this. And then you do a high jump afterwards. That's what it was. And then like here you don't have to roll down. I'm just like used to it. So this is like all like I guess it's more about like the actual route, right? Then we go here and get the very first how is it called? Banana bird? Yo. Baby seed? Nice. Like I usually have my bear coins and the banana birds in my splits. Okay, this stage. So in this stage you want to immediately Kong switch to get up here and get the DK coin. Then you just like bounce on the water like in any percent. Here we just roll into the water, jump over that guy. You can jump out of the water to save like a little bit of time and just charge in. Bananenvögel. Yep, that's what it was. Yo, what up, Rupee? Yeah, Rupee, it's for Stormson. Stormson kindly asked if I would make if I could make a guide or something. And then I remembered that I had a bad time learning this because there were only optimal strats on the wiki. So that's why we're gonna record it. Yeah, here you're just twirling. This is just basic movement. These beams have like a very high hitbox. You collect those bear coins just doing the natural movement there, so you don't really have to worry about that. Okay, I have a visual cue here to not undershoot the platform, so let me go into that. My visual cue is jump on the second banana. When Dixie hits the second banana, I just do a full jump and you'll always make it over here. Easiest bonus in the game, you just hold Y and right. That's it. Done. Bonus coin acquired. Alrighty, now we do a deep roll, a jump, land on the beam, over this guy, and between here. If we don't make it, it's totally fucking fine. We'll just grab the DK barrel in the next stage. Like, you can squeeze through there, but in the end it doesn't change. Alright, let's show how we would do the start of this stage if we take damage, and then we're gonna show the opposite afterwards. So here we just get the barrel and go under. Switch to Dixie and life is all normal again. Let's just do the normal one again. Like this, on the beam, bounce on the guy to reduce lag. It's whatever. Like, it doesn't really matter if you take damage there or not, in the end. Alright. This is just basic movement. We're not gonna do the just defend, because you don't want to play the stage as Kitty. You do a full jump here and twirl to get the bear coin. Very important, but insanely chill movement. We're gonna do the safer strat here in this bonus. So, small jump, roll through the first guy, and then jump on the second guy. It doesn't even lose a second, and it's like way safer than the other strat. Oh no, shot. I undershot that. Alright, let's do this. Let's enter the second bonus right quick and let's go through that section again. Leading up to the second bonus from the first bonus. Exactly. So here I just do a full jump and hover. Here you can do a second small roll, but I don't feel like... Oh yeah, that's just sub-pixel jank. If the barrel gets stuck there, that's not a skill issue, that's just the game being the game. And yeah, here... I start my jump right in front of this thing. Then I do a hover. And queue up like a roll out of that. Let's do that from here again. So like this. And then I roll through the guy and enter the bonus. That's easier than trying to go for the sweep. And here again, just buffer a jump. That's like the rule of thumb in ice stages anyways. Always buffer a jump because of momentum stuff. Here too, jump. Roll through these two guys. Roll through these two guys. Jump. Easy. Done. I think this isn't like... I think this isn't like too complicated, is it? Oh yeah. I forgot. We actually Kong switch in the start of this stage. That was just my muscle memory. So yeah, in this stage we do the double entrance. So We're gonna Kong switch to Kitty first. And enter the warp barrel. And then we immediately turn around and you do a roll. Which is kinda unintuitive if you've been running any percent. What? That is not good. I guess we can show the backup then. For the backup, if you take damage, you just do this. I guess this is, though, exactly what Storms meant. Having something like this. Oh, we got the bounce. You can roll through those guys if you, like, land on the edge cleanly, but it's not a big difference. Alright, this bonus is just as usual. It's not really anything to talk about. But yeah, always know your backups, especially in a category like this. Always know your backups, it's very important. So yeah, anything special to say about this last section after the bonus is maybe I let my roll die in the end. I don't try to like jump out of the roll or anything because like if we watch it back here, if you queue up a roll, the roll will naturally just die on the end of this ledge. So you can queue up another short roll and roll again through those guys. That's just what I've been doing for a while now because everything else like felt kind of convoluted. Here you can go for alley skip, like you can learn it and go for it. It doesn't really lose any time going for it, but I'm not gonna go into the alley skip route, so. I jump in front of this post, easy. Then you jump in front of this post, easy. Jump in front of this post, easy. Wait a little bit because like Ellie can get spooked there. Oh, you gotta release Y. Otherwise you'll grab that barrel. We don't want to grab that. Bounce on this guy. We're gonna wait here because there's a fast setup there, but it is weird. We don't have to go into that. In this bonus you wanna be quick in the start because you wanna hit that first guy and that second guy so the other cycles line up. So it's basically the importance in like that bonus. This is like basically one of the first bonuses that has like any importance to talk about, I guess. So here it's like you wanna be fast and hit that first guy from the front. Then you turn around and hit the second guy ASAP. Here at the peak of your jump, you throw the barrel upwards to hit this guy, because otherwise you won't reach him. And then you'll just normally reach that last guy. It's actually really straightforward. And here we're gonna grab the keg, throw it, jump in front of the post again. Hup, get this, get the DK coin and just start and select out of the stage. Like I guess I can do a Belcher fight. No meme Belcher fight though. Just an honest Belcher fight. Just like stand here, do a full jump when he spits. Oops, and don't mess it up like I just did. Lamau. I haven't done this way in like a minute, so give me a second. Right here. I might be a little washed up on actually fighting Belcher normally. Alright. Do a full jump, easy. And then you just feed him from the front, yeah, exactly. Dude, I don't remember how to do this anymore. And don't jump too early in the end or you can get soft locked. That's actually important. Alrighty, let's do World 2. So in this stage, we're not gonna go for the zip. Like, you can look at the wiki for the zip. Stay on the right of this rope, and then you just turn around. Wait out this guy. Turn to the left here, wait out those guys, and just go up. We go up onto the second shield here. Wait out the next one. Roll, jump there, we get the spare coin. Wait out these shots. Then we enter the bonus. Now you do a small roll, jump, and turn to the right of the rope. And wait out this last shot. Then we just fall down. The further on the right you grab the coin, the more frames you save, but it's not like anything major. Alright, here we grab the rope from the right, do a small turnaround to not get hit. It's very important. I'm gonna rewind this right quick. And we're gonna do it again. So here, we exit the bonus. We grab the rope from the right and go to the other side. It's just like a small turnaround. Let's do it one more time. Basically just makes sure that we don't get hit by the guys. The grabbing the rope from the right and doing the little wiggle. So grabbing it from here, and it doesn't happen. Like the middle guy just doesn't shoot. That bear coin is really important, and here we just wait out. Here we can go, and here we need to wait again. There are fast cycles for that, but oops, it's not really important. We just get that guy, release Y, so you don't grab that keg. And here yet again we wait. We wait here for one shot, then we can go. And here we wait again for one shot to hit. Don't roll through that guy, or you'll have too much momentum. And Dixie will sometimes slide off that edge right there. Here you can immediately go up like in the last bonus. And you just wanna like turn around because Kitty's hitbox will be like on both sides. So you basically just spam left and right. Hope that you don't get hit. To get down off this rope, just press down. Let go of down and press down. Yo, what up, Moogle? Happy big Saturday. And here you just hold right and you'll grab the flagpole immediately. Okay, in this stage the thing is that we need to beat Bramble. Like, oh, however he's called. Like, we need to beat the record from the bear, so... Mistakes in this stage are usually really painful. So here we roll into the water. Roll through this guy, and here I jump at the end of the log. Full jump. Because we need that bear coin. Right, I'm gonna rewind that right quick, so... the visual cue is clear. So, at the end of this log, right here, I do a full jump out of the roll so we catch this specific bear coin. It's very important. Like that's why I said earlier that the bear coin route is basically like the hardest part of the early game in this. And here again, green banana bonuses, like on the wiki, Ananka's made maps with like showing all the green banana spawns, so look those up. So then you can count. It's not something you need to do in the beginning. It's not like you need to count the bananas in the start. It's just, in some bonuses, it's a great reference to have. Oh, actually credits to Zeus for those maps. I'm sorry. Alright, short roll. Roll through this guy. I like to go under the fishy and just do a normal swim to get in the hole. It's just more comfortable. Alright. Normal roll. Roll through these guys. Roll in the water to just preserve the momentum. Here we're gonna grab this. Bounce on the three guys. And jump in the bonus. For this bonus we wanna get a normal roll. Roll through this guy and jump. And then get a clean roll through the third guys. It's basically you wanna jump and go neutral to line up the cycle from the last guys. So, like right here. Go like, for me, like this right plant that Kitty is in front of, that's usually my visual cue where I stop. And then you just land, queue up a roll, and you'll go through those guys smoothly. Alright, we go down, because there's a bear coin here. Here you wait with your roll, because otherwise you'll bonk it. Here you hold down, then you'll always enter the tunnel. Switch to Dixie for the damage boost. And now this bear coin, you just hold right. I was just holding right there, not down. If you hold down, it gets scary. But if you don't hold down, you just saw it right there, nothing will happen. Like, you are safe. Let's do this again. So roll, I just hold right, and even then, like, you have to be super late to die, right? I just held right the entire time, and I died, like, way later after grabbing the coin. So, there is, like, a lot of room. Because you grab it, like, it's basically, like, right here in this corner. Like, right where you're, like, above the fish, basically, when you get it. But yeah, like I said, it's not super scary. In the beginning it might be, but if you just hold right, it's super chill. Alrighty. Yo, thanks for the good luck, QQ. Alrighty, allerlei Geschrei time. Here, the trick that no one knows, you throw this barrel, and then you let Kitty walk for a couple seconds, so you get a clean roll. That is a trick. You release Y to throw the barrel, let Kitty walk like 2 or 3 steps, and then cue the next roll, and you'll get a soft roll that'll like smoothly get you through the gate. So same thing again, release Y, get a smooth roll off the edge. Gonna roll through this guy, kill the rat. This is all pretty chill. We don't kill this recoil roll, saves 2 frames. It's 3 times save, so just don't kill that guy. Here we just go under, get a roll. Here you want to land on the platform, so doing like a little turnaround is usually good to like get rid of the momentum from throwing the keg. Oops. Here you can collect them all in like one go. Let me try to show that off again. Because Kitty's hitbox is like pretty chunky. Exactly. That's what you want to happen, but it's not like a big time loss. So, it's totally whatever. Here we kill the guy, jump over the barrel because we don't need it. Team throw up to this. And this is another green banana bonus where like looking up the spawns can be helpful. Like it can save you like a couple of seconds. Because there is one spawn that has 5 bananas, I think. And the other ones are like 2 have 4 spawns and 1 has 3 spawn or something, so in the end it's whatever. Doesn't really matter until like high level gaming. Yeah, you can snipe this rat here to reduce lag. Oops. We want to jump over that barrel, but that doesn't really matter in the end. And then we just quit out of the stage. I guess I can show off how it is if you actually don't grab the barrel, like I just accidentally did, but it doesn't even like lose you a second, so like you just jump over it. It makes like 0 difference. Okay, this is Gary from the future. I came up with a better route for this, so just gonna put this into the tutorial then. So basically gonna keep our Kong order here. Damage boost. Get into the bonus. This bonus cue a small jump in the start. And we're just gonna play this safe. It's still fast, like you can do it faster than this, but if you play it safe, it'll still be faster than whatever route we had. And you don't really wanna go all the way up again, so that's just personal preference in the end. If you like glide down with Dixie or if you don't glide down, if you're like used to the hitbox or not. grab this bear coin. Grab Kitty in the start, because we're gonna do a damage boost. We can get a fast cycle right here. It doesn't matter if you don't get it though. Okay, here we wait, so we don't take damage. And now we just damage boost right through. Alrighty, on this bonus, I can recommend not being too hasty. So I messed up this bonus a lot because I used to do like a lot of hasty fly and down fly inputs, especially if I would get a banana like below him. But if you just go really chill on your inputs and take your time, you'll get it done. Like, re-entering that bonus is mega slow, so might as well just take your time. Alright, we get a free bear coin here. Get on this. Wait out that guy. This is just basic movement. Okay, now we grab the DK barrel. I go all the way to the right, and at the peak of the jump from the hopper, I do the team throw. Alright, that was a frame meme. That can happen, it is very rare. That the barrel bonks off the cat guy. It has to do with his animation cycles. It's very, very rare. And like another thing I wanted to show off is if I stand here, it won't work. Like the barrel won't go through the hole. So that's why I do this little turnaround. Oops. It's very unintuitive to show it off like this. But that's why I do this little turnaround to get the barrel into the hole. And for the team throw lineup is I team up and I go all the way to the right. And then when like the hopping spider is at the peak of his jump, I do a max jump and throw Dixie all the way to the left. And then we just turn around, go over, grab the DK coin, and quit out of the stage. Alrighty, after this, we talk to this guy, to Brash. It's Brash and not Bramble. Why did I say Bramble earlier? Damn. Donkey 3 runner doesn't know the lore. Do that to unlock the banana cave. Okay, now we're just gonna do any person start. Like, actually entering the warp barrel and just finishing out the stage. Yo, what up, Crispy? Alright, and now we go down, do another Simon Says that I'm surely not gonna mess up. Damn, I didn't mess it up. Let's go. Alright, and now we're gonna do Glancan. There is a no Ellie skip video on the wiki from Dodo. Definitely check that out, but Glancan isn't too bad. So we're basically gonna smuggle this barrel right here under this guy. And you just saw it didn't work, right? But if we do a roll at a specific point, we can smuggle the barrel under him. So that's basically what this whole strat is based off. And then you wanna like throw the barrel when you're like in front of this tree right here. Alright, let's show that off. So we roll in front of that log, throw the barrel, and now we're in the water. For me, my visual cue usually is that like Dixie's eyes are a little covered. It also works if Dixie's eyes are like fully covered by the barrel. And then it depends on where the DK barrel is in the water. So you see that now the DK barrel is pretty low in the water. And now the DK barrel is pretty high in the water. So we do want to jump when the DK barrel is pretty high. And then throw, oops, a little later than that. I'm more used to doing it immediately than doing it from like solid stand. So let's do it like this. We throw it in, line it up, the barrel goes down, and we throw past the barrel. So in the end, my visual cue for like when to throw is Hold up. Perfect. So like right here. The barrel is descending, I jump, and once I see that like Kitty's, like the tip of Kitty's socks are touching the wide rim of the barrel, that's when I team throw Dixie. And then we get past the barrel easily. Alright, here we just roll through this guy, swim under, it's pretty chill. Bob the Bobby Bird, and enter this bonus. This bonus is pretty chill, we just grab the barrel and then you can do like a late jump off the ledge. Like, Nibbler won't catch up to you. Here you want to do 2 big bounces because we need to actually... Oops. We need to bonk the one wall. Otherwise, we have too much momentum and won't be able to go under that red buzzer. Like, going under that red buzzer is actually free. But, like, you need to get this bonk here at the wall to, like, lose your momentum. And then you can just roll under him. Here we bonk on the guy. Jump over the barrel, bonk on this guy, and here just slide down, wait a little bit, and the DK guy will get bonked off screen. And now it's just like actual chill kitty movement with like a lot of water bouncing, like a long roll here. And then we're in the last bonus of the stage immediately. So here's just the same. You wanna grab the coin far on the right because you exit earlier. That's it. And then we quit out. I can... Okay. Let me explain this right quick. So, this fight is like the easiest and most safe version to approach this fight with Kitty. It only loses like roughly not even a second compared to doing the second hit like with jumping mid-air, but that one is like very, very sketchy, so I would recommend doing it this version. So you basically jump on this branch, and when Eric is at the peak height and he starts descending, that's when we cue the jump onto him. So you see he's at his peak height, he starts descending, and I queue up my roll and I jump onto his leg with a full jump, grab the barrel, and jump onto the branch on the right again while facing right the whole time. And then either right before landing or after you land on this branch, you turn around to the left. Don't turn around left earlier or you're gonna destroy the barrel. Then you just drop under him, throw the barrel up, you'll hit him right in the face, team up, jump, turn around, just throw Dixie up there. And now for a second hit, we're gonna go down to this branch, and once we're on the branch, we're gonna jump, and once, for me, that is my visual cue, like once the barrel is in front of the tree in the back, I do the up throw, right here. You see, we hit him off screen, we team up again, throw Dixie up. Now, just after grabbing the barrel, just like tap or hold left a little bit, just look at what I did in the fight on my input display. To go down, once you land, I buffer a full jump, and at the height of my jump, like at the peak of my jump, I do an up throw. It's all just like to time to not hit the barrel against that that green ball that he just shot. Then we team throw Dixie up again, and now here you want to wait a tiny bit for Eric to get like a safe position. If you are too fast here, you're gonna have the case or the scenario that Eric is gonna reposition in a very, very weird manner, and it's very awkward to handle that. So just waiting after picking up this barrel for a tiny bit is enough to have him stay in like this very consistent spot. So then you just tap left, fall down, and throw it right in his face. And then you try to grab the bandage from below, just to save a little bit more time. Alright, let's go to Mekanos. To World 4. If you're used to J-boating, it's gonna be quite different getting to Mekanos because the hovercraft feels like insanely different. Not insanely different, it's just like slower. Just like a little bit more fishy on the controls. But yeah. Wanna hold like up and left when you exit this. So you get the corner right. Then I usually release up here. Only shortly. It should show on the input display. So yeah. This stage, like the first half is basically any percent except this bear coin. But now until like the checkpoint, it's all just any percent movement. Because at this stage, for some reason, both bonuses are in the second half. Alrighty, don't expect Kitty to grab the ropes. It's the U version. Alright, let's grab the midway. And now here. Jump on this, and here you just jump out of the roll early. It's way easier than going under the fireball. And this bonus is just awkward because it has a lot of lag. So, like, you should just copy what I'm doing, but, like, it can differ because of the lag. It's not a bonus that I really enjoy. Alright, here we're gonna wait it out. Full jump here. Okay. Next bonus is, like, immediately coming up, and we're gonna use the Dixie crying strat. So, team throw up here. I'm gonna rewind right quick. I have like a visual cue for where to team up. So let me show that, like right in front of, like right on these fucking, on like this beam or whatever. That's just, oops, that's just where I team up and throw Dixie up there. And now it's time for the Dixie crying tag. So we go into the middle, we team up and we throw Dixie over to that side. So Dixie will keep collecting bananas for us over there in that one specific spawn. You wanna be like cautious here, because if the fireball hits you, the bonus is over and you need to like completely re-enter the bonus and everything. And it takes forever. Alright, here you just do a small roll and then immediately a deep roll off of that platform. Gonna wait out the fireball. Wait out the fireball again. Wait out this cycle. And here we're just gonna jump into that fireball. Jump over that one. Jump on that beam. Full jump and twirl and you're safe. I guess we can do a quick rewind on that one beam where I jumped through the fireballs. You can alternatively I jump on that specific beam on the back. Alternatively, you can do a left-right wiggle to also dodge it. And here you just roll through, do a big jump, and then you can twirl. And you should be safe. You just get a feel for it. It's like nothing too hard. Alright, this stage is hard because you want to get like 1 quadrillion bear coins. Because there are a lot of them here. There's one here, right in the start. Then there's one right here, you need to do a big jump. One right here. One on this platform, and then we enter the first bonus. This bonus is like super straightforward. Bounce on the guys, win, easy. Bounce on this guy because we don't want to get hit from him. Like if Dixie looks to the side there, you can just get hit by him. It's like a hitbox meme. Like if Dixie looks to the side, her hitbox like a little bit wider. Jump on these guys. Let me actually rewind. There's like an easy visual cue because you can take damage to those hornets on those jumps. is like really weird, but you can just prevent it easily if you jump right on this specific line where Dixie's head is like in front of. I just do a small jump in front of that, and then you can just chain the second jump on the second B afterwards. Same here, bounce on the guy. You can go for the top rope to get there like a little bit more speed. Bounce on that guy. There's another bear coin down here. And then we enter the second bonus. This is like even more straightforward than the first one. Well, it's basically the same, because you need to bounce on the guys too. Even though the game actually shows you the trail now. And now we have the famous bear coin gamble. Like, you wanna get this bear coin and another bear coin down there, which I just missed. That's why it's called the gamble. So, let me show that off. I'm probably not gonna get it because, like, it's really precise. It's like, it's worth going for because we need to damage boost afterwards anyways. But in general, there we go. We got both bear coins. And then we just damage boost right here to have Kitty in the front. Do a big jump, and you want to throw late. If you throw too early, you're gonna despawn the keg. Yo, what up, PJ? But yeah, the hardest part about that stage is legit getting all the fucking bear coins. If you don't get the bear coins like you always, that's why like I said earlier, I have like the bear coin count that I want to have after every world of my splits. I'm probably just gonna link like a split file or something with the route. Alright, here we're gonna do the zip. Because this is the easiest zip to get into. Like, it is completely explained on the wiki. I'm gonna explain it too though. But it is like the easiest and most linear zip of the entire game. So, like right here we grab Dixie, like we grab the barrel. Oops. And you wait until you hear the sound of the buzzer. Otherwise, the buzzer is not spawned and you might take damage from him. So like as soon as you hear the buzzer sound, you're gonna jump and get that bear coin. Here, my lineup is usually that like Kitty's feet are like way out of the doorway. And like once the squeak's nose reaches the tree, I jump up, bonk my head, and do a team throw. And then you roll to the right and you keep holding right. Now when the screen starts scrolling, you start holding left. And once we are scrolled past the bonus, we start holding right again. And then you start holding left to go into the bonus. Like if you don't hold the buttons, the screen won't move. So it's like, you have time to do the inputs. Here it's just normal platforming, and you wait here until the timer hits 7. And then you can grab the coin from below. Okay, I'm gonna go over the first half of Ripsaw Rage if you mess up the zip. So, we are gonna grab this barrel. Well, usually you don't have Dixie here, but it doesn't really change anything. We get that bear coin. And now let's pretend we messed up the zip. So then we go here. And if you mess up the zip, you're gonna get one more bear coin than usual. So, because right here there's a bear coin. And then we're gonna go into the bonus like this. Okay. Yeah, you lose like 2 frames if you bounce on reds, but you should not worry about that. Not in 103. Like if you have like issues with dodging these reds, just kill it. It doesn't fucking matter. Alright, this is just normal Ripsaw Rage. Basically just vibing until the next bonus. Well, we are getting this bear coin right here, because it's like right on the way. But that's about it. But 2 frames! I know. If you wanna be a nerd, you can't worry about that. But if you lose your Kong to that and lose more than a second, remember, I told you so. In this bonus, you just wanna go like left and right. There are people, I heard that some people throw Dixie on one side to cover up one spawn. I've never tried that. Maybe that's a decent backup strat. Or like a decent strat for this bonus. I'd usually just like hop left and right, and then you wait until the timer hits 5, and then you can team throw Dixie up. Alrighty. Now, I wait here until Kitty is fully visible, and then I roll into this barrel. Let this barrel shoot once, and on the second shot I go to the left. You team throw up. You will hear the barrel spawn. You just jump over this guy and throw the barrel. You can do that off screen, or you can do it on screen. It's like very minor time difference. In the beginning I would just wait at the top, because it is frustrating if the barrel bonks somewhere or like whatever. Here we just damage boost to have Dixie in the front. There's nothing to that damage boost. Just roll. If you bonk, hold up. That is very important. If you bonk this ledge right here, you can't go for the strat that I just showed off before that. Because the barrel cycle will be off cycle. So let me purposefully bonk to show off the backup. So we bonk, and then we just twirl and catch this barrel right there. But if you don't bonk, you can go for the deep roll. Here we just roll through the barrel with releasing Y again. If you don't like it, you can just jump over the barrel. There are a million methods. Here you need to wait, otherwise your webs will get locked up. Wait on the first barrel too, because like the explosion might hit you. And here we wanna shoot up and straight. Oops. I forgot, stuff is hard while talking. So let me just do that bonus right quick. Alrighty. That was way easier without talking. So right here. When you spawn in, I hold up and I time one shot when I spawn in upwards. And I release the up button and start going to the right, and that's when I do like the second shot that is just straight. Then you do a normal web, just jump, and in the middle of the jump, basically when you're in the middle of the screen, just do a normal shot. Like, it's very linear, you have a lot of space, you can shoot like higher and lower, it'll almost always hit that guy. And then you'll just do another like instant web, and exit the bonus, easy peasy. Alrighty, here we go into the barrel. Bonk on this. Do a web. Oh fuck, I messed it up. It's whatever. We can show it again. We can show it again optimally. That was a decent backup though. Oops. There we go. So we bonk on the barrel. Make a web, big jump, and then on the turnaround we trigger the keg. Go into this. I'm just gonna grab Dixie. Oops. What? I didn't damage boost? That never happened to me. That is fine though, then you'll just damage boost later. That doesn't really change anything, but usually what usually happens is that you take damage here, you shoot, to kill this guy. And here we're just gonna wait it out. Like, if you don't take damage, you're just gonna take damage on those TNT barrels and you're totally fine. Here you can just spam shoot because you only have one Kong. Gonna grab Dixie. Wait here. And on this one you immediately shoot. This bonus goes to the left, so hold left. Wait out one cycle. Easy. Alright, now we have the classic U version problem upcoming. That you can die on that one rope if you go for a deep roll here. So we are just gonna wait it out. You just shoot over, twirl. Easy peasy. Alright, and now we have low G. I'm not gonna go in depth on Chaos. There's like Chaos is in depth covered on the wiki with like a very good tutorial on basically every version, so there is no point of me going in depth into it, especially because I'm not good at U Chaos. So yeah, here we just grab Kitty. We need him, it's important. Here is a good backup bear coin in case you've missed a bear coin somewhere. You can just grab that one. There you just follow the movement, like just hug the walls. And this bonus is extremely Kaizo, so don't worry if you don't get it optimal, like the gamers on the wiki do, because yeah, this bonus is impossible. Just do max jumps and bonk your head. It's for some reason faster than doing small jumps. It's very unintuitive. Alright, and now we have the bird section. It's basically like any percent 2. Like at least the start. Gonna grab this bear coin here. And now we're gonna do the classic lineup for the squeeze. You just line up on the pipes here. You have a lot of time and a lot of leeway. Just line up with like Quarks' claws on the pipes. And it's easy. Here you wait, go down, and then we have the Squawks bonus. This bonus takes some getting used to if you're not really good with the bird, but it is fine. It's basically just like getting to know the height at which you're able to hit the buzzers. That is like the most important thing in this bonus. Nice, 21 even. 21 is optimal. Like some people can get a 22, but 21 is optimal. Right, here we just go up. We grab this bear coin. Here we do a little turnaround to get a better B cycle here, so we don't have to worry about getting hit. And you can turn around before the signpost to get a better coin. Right, let's just get the coin. Get up here, release Y, so you don't accidentally grab that keg when you land. And here you want to do high jumps too and bonk your head, because it's faster than doing the small floaty jumps. But here you only do a small jump out of a roll. That's about it. Okay, I'm gonna put Chaos into the guide too, just to have a full comprehensive guide. I'm gonna show off the 2 cycle, which is like the more consistent version of this fight, and like the easiest version. I'm gonna show it off first and then I'm gonna explain it afterwards. Okay, Now we get the ski. Okay, so now I am just going to explain everything that I did in that fight using my trusty VLC media player. So, when we start the fight, you want to press B until you see this message. You must be destroyed. And then you just wait until Chaos's flame hits the ground and you press B once more. We duck here under the flame because sometimes the flame is janky and can actually hit you here, which is super weird, but that's why we just duck here. And now I team up in this specific place. I look at Kitty's toe. So like at this specific black line and Kitty's toe, you have like more leeway than this. You have a few pixels of leeway. You can play around with it. But this whole positioning is just to have Chaos's blades spawn on our side. So, and if we stay here, we won't get hit from anything. You can just stay here and wait. So then Chaos goes down, the blades come up above us. So we jump onto the blades, we bonk on his head, and I basically team throw, not immediately, but I don't want to get a super far bounce. So then I do my first team throw, I drop down a bit for the second team throw, land on him, then I want to go far to the side on the second one. See how far I went to the side, basically to like his eye height. That's what you want to do on the second one. The first one is don't go as far. The second one is go far. Then we do one team throw, and the second one should bounce us up. That's like why we want to be between eye and shoulder height from him. Like right here, we want to be between eye and shoulder height, so we get this one bounce upwards right here when we queue up the next team throw. Then we bounce on him, you go like next to the wall. Don't go that far to the right, but this is like very decent positioning right here. And you team throw Dixie once, and on the second one, oh, I get artifacts. Really mad. And on the second one, you drop down to his eye height. And then you do two more team throw, like three team throws on his eye height, and you will get bounced up from his head and get the next hit immediately. So let's rewind that right quick. Go far, get the bounce from his shoulder height, drop down to his eye height, and get this bounce immediately. Then we just stay on this side. You can just walk here, just look at my D-pad, I'm not even sprinting, I'm just walking. Then we team up again, and now comes the second important part. So here, you want to team throw immediately when you bonk on him. So here, I team through a little bit later, like tiny bit after bonking on him. So you will see that I drop down a bit between the first and the second team throw. Usually, if you get the immediate team throw after bonking on him, you can just chain three team throws, and on the third one, you throw Dixie behind you, and you'll get the next bonk immediately. But here, because I got a little higher bonk, I adjusted and dropped down a little bit. Right there. And then I just throw Dixie behind me, and we will get the next hit automatically. Then you just duck and can spam A, and that's it. That's the whole fight. Nice. Now we move on to World 3. Okay. Let's head to World 3. So first we get this banana bird right here that I'm surely not gonna mess up. I didn't mess it up. Very cool. Alrighty. Now we're gonna do water stage. I'm gonna like explain some basic waters like swimming stuff. So basically, if you hold up, you swim up faster. If you hold down, you float down faster. But if you do a down swim, you can stabilize your position. So I swim up and do a down swim, and my position will immediately get stabilized where I do the down swim. So that's gonna be used quite a lot in this stage to like get up on corners better and whatnot. So let me rewind this right quick. Start the stage from the beginning. Yo, what up, Stormson? Alrighty. Let's just do the stage right quick. There's nothing really to talk about. You wanna get like pretty close to this wall right here. And in this bonus I can explain my visual cues, because then the bonus like pretty chill. So I do a normal swim here, do another normal swim, a down swim, and an up swim. We can rewind that right quick. Show that off again to show like my actual visual cues. So, in front of this coral, I do a normal swim to get over this guy. Then when you touch the ground in front of this coral, like in between this coral and the next one, you can do a normal swim. It's like super linear. Then you do a down swim between these two guys just to like not hit any of them. It's just to make sure. And then you can just do an upswim immediately afterwards to get the coin. Okay, now we're just gonna do some any percent movement. Get those 2 bear coins right there. Here I'm gonna stabilize my position again to not hit that guy. This movement is all just to get like cleaner lines in the end. I would recommend learning it from the start because it's water stages. There's like not a lot to it. To going left and right at specific like visual cues, especially because the visual cues are really good in this stage. Like you can just use the corals. Nice, we got scammed. That's a classic. So if that happens, you just have to play that bonus like that. Sometimes your first launch will get delayed in this bonus for some reason. So if you get the fast launch, you can just kill first the left side and then the right side. Otherwise, you'll have to turn around for the bottom guy on the left. Only loses like 1.5 seconds, it's not too bad. And most of the time it just feels like jank. So, don't really worry about that. Yeah, this DKC3 on guard, like, you can't really get hit, at least not in this stage, so just keep launching away. Alrighty, get the DK coin, bounce on the water, easy. Yeah, there's nothing really to talk about. In that stage, it's just like, you can just look at the movement that I do and just follow it. My visual cues are basically all based on like corals on the side, and I usually go from hugging a wall to hugging a wall, so it's pretty easy. There's nothing really to talk about. Same with this stage. This is like the first half is basically just any percent movement, except that we get 1 bear coin. That's it. Cause like the first bonus is right before the checkpoint. On that ledge you wanna spam, roll and jump. Oops. I was not holding jump. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, now I can mention this though. The further left you land on this ledge right here, the earlier you can jump out of it. So that's why I'm able to jump out immediately, is because I land pretty far left on that ledge. But it doesn't really matter in the end. So here we just do a damage boost. Get this bear coin right there. Roll under this guy. Jump over this guy though. The roll under the B is really chill. It just depends on how close you cut the corner, but you have like a lot of leeway for that. It's not too shabby. Oh, what? DKC3 ledges. Screwing me over. If you jump too late, that'll happen. So don't jump too late. Okay, now we basically just have more any person movement, and then we have like a specific thing coming up for the next bonus. So we grab parry right here for the next bonus. Don't roll here, just do a full jump. We grab Dixie, and here, right here, it is important. You don't want to team throw to the right, because that way you might not spawn the bonus barrel. So I always team throw Dixie to the left, bounce on this guy, and the bonus barrel will always be spawned. That's very important. And here this bonus is easy because we have parries, so we just hold jump and right out of the barrels, and we'll collect all the stars easily. Alright, grab this barrel, do an up throw, wait, and jump. Just releasing Y there for a bit makes it so that you don't accidentally grab the barrel while rolling for the jump. Alrighty, that stage, yeah, it's basically all about that second bonus and spawning it. That's like the most important part in that stage. Okay. Here we're just gonna bounce on this guy, because it's really annoying to do that movement with Kitty, and we're gonna damage boost into the bonus barrel. There's another green banana bonus, so if you wanna know the spawns, they're on the wiki. In a map. But basically you just wanna move left and right, watch out where a banana spawns. It doesn't really matter that much in the beginning. Okay. Big jump over those guys, go under this guy. We're gonna grab the midway, and we're gonna grab Kitty. Very important. Kitty is important for next stage, for the bonus. For the first bonus and for damage boost afterwards. Here you just roll under this guy, just hold Y when the bonus starts. Here you do a min jump and a twirl, and you'll always get through without any issues. Do that movement for like some lag reduction. This is gonna lag because we have Kitty here. Here you wanna release your D-pad on every bounce, so you don't overshoot them. Righty, walk a step. And done. Alrighty. And now comes the important part, why we picked up Kitty in the first place. Is all for the first bonus in this stage right here. So we grab this bear coin right here, because it's right on the way. And now we do enter this bonus. And when we're inside the bonus, we immediately switch to Kitty. Because collecting these stars with Dixie is a fucking pain. Trust me. So we're just gonna be collecting the stars. The task gets a 15 here, so if you get a 13, it's totally fine. And now we're gonna do a cool 103 damage boost. Just jump when you, like after you roll through the second guy. And you're good, guy. Okay, we're gonna become Ellie. I'm gonna mess up this bonus on purpose first to show something off. Snipe the top B. With R1, by the way. So here, you can just run into this barrel. But if I keep holding right now, I will hit this guy. So that's why, after bouncing on the second beetle, we want to release right on the D-pad. To make sure that we don't get hit by that guy. So we walk into the barrel, bounce on this guy, release the D-pad, and here we can just hold right. Easy. Okay, so after those bananas, we do a big jump, grab that bear coin, just run into this barrel. This is kind of tricky, you just gotta get used to those barrels and like your hitbox. And here you can cancel your height with pressing R1 so that we don't hit the bees. Very important. Here we need to collect this bear coin. Jump in front of this flower to land on the coin guy and don't slide off. Do an up throw, wait a little bit to reduce some lag. And we got the DK coin. You wanna be really cautious on that, because if you messed up getting that DK coin, you need to die and play the stage from the midway again. So, rather take it safe than messing up that coin, because if you mess that up, you're gonna be frustrated as heck. Okay, Fish Food Frenzy. This is pretty chill because we have both Kongs. It's not too shabby. There are like a couple bear coins, but like one right here. Alright, we're gonna snag this guy. Squeeze through here and turn around and get into this bonus. In this bonus, you're gonna you want to stabilize your position with a downswim, because then you'll float downwards faster. So if you do a downswim in the end, you'll just start floating downwards faster than if you only do a normal upswim. So let me just do an upswim. You see how long it takes for me to be able to float down? But when I do a downswim, I'm immediately able to float downwards. And so in that bonus, every banana is a unique spawn. So like you can look at the map, but in the end it really depends on RNG. So we wanna eat these two fish. Get around this corner. Do a normal swim on this coral to get over the guy. And grab the midway. I do a down swim right under this channel right here to cut the corner better. And this movement is to manipulate Nibbler into eating those two fish. So let me rewind that right quick. That movement is consistent, and Nibbler will always eat the fish. So right here, I do a normal swim in front of this coral so you just easily get over that guy. On this channel, I do a down swim, right under this channel, so you cut this corner better. And right here, so you wanna eat this fish. And go onto, basically, right under this fish, right under the red fish on the left. That's where you want to have Dixie sight, and then right before the fish, you just wanna go up. So Nibbler, you see that Nibbler perfectly lines up with the fish in the back. So he will eat that one, and after this fish we go down to get the DK to get the bear coin anyways, and Nibbler will eat the second fish. So if Nibbler doesn't eat those fish, you need to turn around here and eat this fish as a backup, because otherwise Nibbler will turn red and damage you. Go left or go right on that coral right there on the right. And now we just go through and damage boost into the next bonus. Next bonus kinda tricky in the start. Because we gotta use Nibbler to eat the fish. But basically, the order is the order that I'm gonna do. Eat this guy. Eat this guy. Then you turn around and eat the last guy. You just turn around to get Nibbler basically on the side where the last fish is. Alrighty, just jump out the water once for a little more speed. Get the DK coin. And we won the stage. Alright, it's time for Squirt. I'm gonna explain like my lineups and everything. Because we do want to have everything in this guide. So. I always jump on this ledge, that's just a me thing. But yeah. My lineup is basically, let me hold up. Basically, this knuckle from Ellie, like where like the knuckle starts, right? Like the darker spot on Ellie's back. I line up that with the waterfall in the back. That is like the perfect spot where you're still able to hit both eyes from your lineup. Okay. So then you wait. You shoot twice. You just hold up, shoot twice, and or like just hold, shoot. And after the second shot, you just jump. And you will hit the other eye immediately. Gonna do the same thing right here. And then we're gonna do the same thing yet again. And we wanna grab this really fast. But if you get an extra shot and you grab it late, it's nothing really to worry about. Okay, so after this, we're gonna go to World 5. Oh, just don't boat like this. We're gonna get the turbo ski now. Just gonna like, you're just gonna have to practice your boat movement in general. And okay, then we are in World 5. Okay. So there's gonna be, I'm gonna show off like 2 different approaches for the start. Basically 3, so. This is the optimal way to do that. That is really hard, and like if you lose Kitty, it's really awkward. Like, for that strat, you wanna like get on here and turn around, basically neutral on the D-pad, and then jump over the guy. It's really awkward though. The other strat that you could do is lure the guy over here, so you keep both Kongs to enter the bonus in the end. And the third way is that you just go here, throw Dixie into that guy to get rid of him, and enter the bonus. That's the 3 options that we have. I'm gonna go with this option now. Here you just jump on the rope. Basically just copy this movement. It doesn't have to be exact. Like that rough movement is enough. Kitty is pretty chunky. Gonna grab the barrel and go deep. Gotta get used to the Kitty climbing timing. It's definitely more mellow than Dixie roped climbing, so. Okay, here we're gonna kill the coin guy from below, which is basically... Oh, dude, I can't. Getting around that corner, which I was not able to pull off right there. Here we dodge the guys. Grab the Kong barrel and team throw into this. Do a team throw up here. Bonk on the guy. You can jump over the guy too. It doesn't really matter. And here we want to switch to Dixie because we need her for the rest of the stage in the front. For like the start of the next stage. So here we're just gonna go down. Gonna grab one more bear coin right there. The twirling makes it... Oh, oops. Doing that while explaining was a dumb idea. The twirling makes it so that you get less lag. So you can like jump earlier off the platform. So here we go, left and then right. That's what I just messed up. That is fine though. Okay. And that was 5-1. There isn't really like 5-1 is nothing major, I guess. This stage is hard though because of the bear coins. Okay, for this bonus you want to hold Y to get a roll. And I'm gonna rewind this to show it off. So you're gonna get a neutral roll at the start of the bonus. And the important part is, like, what you want to do is when the left beetle turns around. So there are 3 beetles at the top, and when the left beetle turns from facing right to facing left, that's when you can just jump and hold right with Dixie, and you'll bounce on all 3. Without any issues. Okay. There's one bear coin right here. So chain a jump and then do a small jump. And then there's another bear coin. Hold up. I can rewind that right quick because that was probably a little fast, a little quick. So, yeah, we bounce on those guys. And right here, so you wanna jump on the buzzer, and after the buzzer you wanna buffer a full jump. And after that full jump, you wanna buffer a small jump. So, we bounce on the guy, I immediately get a full big jump, and then I get a small jump to bounce on this guy and collect this bear coin. That setup, well, like that specific jump setup of bouncing on the buzzer, doing a big jump, doing a small jump, will 99% of the time give you the bear coin. And then you just jump in front of this guy and bounce on him, and you will get the next bear coin all the time too. Bounce on this guy. Alright, here we go on the roof because there's another bear coin. Here we go under because there's a bear coin. Bounce on this guy because there's another bear coin there. You're gonna have to rewatch this section a whole lot because learning and remembering those bear coin locations is really tough. Just do a min jump, like a small tap jump to get into this bonus, by the way. Like the smallest jump will work out. Okay, here we grab the barrel, jump and up throw. If you bounce on the Bobby Bird, just get on the keg. And that's it. Like I said, the most important, like the hardest part about that stage are the bear coins. So if you miss bear coins, like this route is designed, so in the end we're gonna have like 53, 54 bear coins. Most likely. I'm gonna probably put like a compendium of some backup bear coins in the end of the whole guide. But in the end, like even if you miss 2 coins, like the bear coin robbery, what we basically need the bear coins for, like usually works out super fine if you even have 52 or 51 bear coins, but just having 55 makes it so you don't have to stress about getting like perfect mashing in the end. Okay, next stage, and this is the last world that has bear coins. So we grab this one, jump over that guy, jump over the barrel, Up, get this barrel, jump around. And now I will... Hold up, let me get into this barrel right quick, and then I can point out my visual cue for that DK coin. So, this is just all normal, right? You just pick up the barrel and go over here. So here, I do a full jump off of the coin, and once Dixie is like on the side of this shadow that she just was on the side of, near the waterfall, is when I throw the keg. And you wanna keep facing right, so if the keg gets stuck to like the corner, which can happen because of subpixel shenanigans, that you don't immediately despawn the keg if that happens. And that happened right here. So you full jump right here, you just throw the barrel, keep facing right because you see that the barrel got stuck there for a bit, and then just twirl and get the coin easily. Okay, here we get on the barrels. You need to jump out of that sometimes. If you get stuck on that ledge, just spam jump and roll, and it'll work out. Here we switch to Kitty. We can grab that banana like that. There are a couple bananas, like if you have the bottom two bananas on the right, you can grab them like that too, with teaming up and just throwing Dixie over there. And yeah, this is just, there is a map for these bananas too, like for any other green banana bonus. But in general, this is just about reacting to those bananas and hoping that you get them in like close vicinity to each other. Just team up where you stand, max jump and throw upwards. Here you want to do a little turnaround so you don't overshoot that barrel, that can easily happen. Here, just release Y, team up in front of that barrel, throw Dixie up. Kong switch in front of that flower right there, because you can get unlucky and despawn the barrel that we need to enter this bonus. So it is good to just Kong switch in the same spot all the time. Here we switch to Kitty again and ascend the barrels. There is a strat that we can do. If the timer hits 12, you can just team throw Dixie upwards. If you're too scared or if you are too slow, like if you don't see the top ledge like at all, you can just keep climbing the barrels. So let's say I'm too slow now for the team throw strat. Then you just jump up further and get it this way. You could even just team throw instead of doing the last jump if you don't like the thought of accidentally getting stuck on the edge of the ledge. Here you do min jump and a team throw, and this will even work out. But like if you're too scared, just do one more team throw. But you saw like this ledge was barely visible and I still got Dixie up there. So it is like super lenient. Like just see, you can't even see the ledge on the top right and it still works out. So that's just something you need to get used to over time. Here just release Y so you don't grab that barrel. And we're done with this stage. Okay, we're cruising. So, only 2 more stages with bear coins left. So here we grab these 2 bear coins in case you are bear coin short. Like, super short. Just grab those, just re-enter and grab those. We damage boost just to make some stuff easier. And I did shoot downwards when I took damage. I can rewind that right quick. Just to kill out the next hedgehog easier, so. So right here, you dodge the guy. And here, after taking damage, I'm just shooting while holding down and right. And the shot will travel downwards and kill this guy with just gives us like a better line, right? Alright, in this bonus, it's just about banana spawns again. You basically want to make 2 platforms here in the middle and keep remaking them in case they close and just collect the bananas this way. Like, you have to get used to the height. Sometimes you'll make the web too high or too low and then you'll need to adjust, but in general this is like the strat. Alright, when you come out here, just shoot upwards. 1 web, 2 webs. Kill these 2 guys. Here you gotta wait on your webs, otherwise your webs might get locked. Damage boost. Full jump from the edge. You can release your D-pad for landing purposes like I do right here. If you are too scared, we do an animal body damage boost. Just look at the input display. I can explain it though. It is really easy. So basically how the animal body damage boost works is we jump into the buzzer from below, and like when you take damage, you release the B button and then you re-grab it at a very generous timing again. Like, just look at how I did it in the clip and you'll see it, and then you'll get that extra jump boost. You can just go around, but that will mess with our Kong order, so if you don't want to go for that damage boost, you have to not take damage in the beginning of the stage. Oh, hold up, I was lost in talking. Okay, there we go. So we kill out this guy. Here it's another full jump, and here you can just shoot up 3 times. We get these bear coins, and here you want to wait, because otherwise your webs will get locked, like just happened to me while I was talking. Here we just wait out the buzzer. Oops. Oops. Bro, can you give me a web, please? Thank you. And now this bonus is rough. You can hold Y so that the thing moves quicker, like your crosshair. But in general, this is just like getting used to, because this is insanely awkward in the start. And just look at the optimal strat for this. But like losing 2 seconds here is not the end of the world. Yeah, we shoot to kill that guy. Just wait for your webs so you don't get your webs locked up in the end. And here it's again, just land in the middle. Get the keg. And get the DK coin. Okay. Last stage of bear coins. We team up and throw Dixie into the bonus. And for this bonus, we want to buffer a full jump in the start. So full jump, long roll, big jump, and do a little wiggle there. The wiggle, I'm gonna replay this right quick. The wiggle is so you don't get hit. Like, you can overshoot the second Lemguin, but the wiggle will make sure that that doesn't happen. So this small wiggle makes it completely consistent. So it is just buffer a full jump, do a long roll, and then do a full jump again, bounce on this guy, little turnaround, and then just hold right and roll in the end. Easy peasy. So we jump and roll through this guy, and in general this stage, if the Lemguins spawn differently for you than for me, you have to copy my movement. Because the Lemguin spawns all depend on your movement. So just copy the rolls that I do. Oh, oops, I was too close to him. Just copy the movement that I do and you will get the same cycles. Oops. That was a dead-ass roll right there. Let me show off the real strat here. So, we roll down here, right? Get this, turn around. Get the coin. Roll through this guy. do this. I'm gonna explain that in just a sec. There are visual cues for that. Grab this bear coin right here and roll through that guy. You can alternatively just bounce on that guy too, if you don't want to roll through him, if it's like too risky, but it is usually pretty generous. So, right here, you bounce on these two guys, roll through this guy, right? Do a turnaround on this little slope, just like left, right. Just like hold left, right? Or like tap left to turn around. And in front of this shadow right here, I queue up a roll to the right and a jump. And then you'll be able to roll through that guy. This strat, you can almost always go for that strat since it's not really punishable. And here, oops, I guess you cannot just bounce on that guy if you get a weird jump. So try to roll through him. Or we can try. Yeah, you can just bounce on the first guy actually, that's easier. I think I'm gonna re-record this stage. If I even can. I think I'm gonna re-record this stage. Okay, last stage with bear coins. Just gonna team up and throw into the bonus. And in this bonus, we wanna buffer a full jump in the start, do a long roll, and then a full jump. So, full jump, long roll, full jump, do a small wiggle there. I'm gonna rewind that. So that small wiggle is basically to prevent, you can overshoot the second Lemguin. And that small wiggle completely prevents that from happening. So, full buffer jump, long roll, full jump. And right here, you can overshoot that second guy, so that's why we do a small wiggle. And that ensures that we don't get hit there. Roll through that guy. Get a long roll here. Get a long roll here. Twirl over this guy. Get that bear coin. Bounce on those two guys. Get that DK coin. Gonna twirl. Roll through this guy. Roll down the slope. Can do like one more roll there if you want. Here we're gonna get this bear coin. Bounce on those two guys. Hold up, I'm gonna explain that in a sec. So, so this is all really straightforward, right? But right here, you want to twirl out of this jump so that the next Lemguin will line up for a roll. So you see I twirl, and bam, I perfectly catch that guy out of the hole that he spawns from. That's all that twirl there does, is basically just ensure that we line up, and you just jump out of it and bounce on the guy and we're safe. So here, just roll twice. This is another one of those bonuses where you just need to get used to Dixie's hitbox. It is pretty small, so just gotta get used to it. Here we jump twice, so jump to preserve momentum, do a full jump and twirl, and we're safe. And that's it. No more bear coins. Okay, I'm gonna go up here, do another Simon Says. That I surely won't mess up. There we go. After this, we talk to Blue. So for Blue, as for most other bears, you talk to him, and once you confirm his prompt, you can just hold left or right, depending on where the door is, to exit quickly. Okay, this is Bleak. Bleak is basically just learning his patterns. His hitbox is super weird sometimes, so don't worry about it if you miss him. But in general, this is just learning the patterns. Well, that's what I meant with the hitboxes BS. I guess we have a decent example of it in the video now. Lamau. Oh yeah, I always stay on the left, so he starts shooting to the left, so like the cycles are the same all the time. If you stay on the right, he'll start shooting right first, so yeah. Alright, now the fast cycle comes, where he's like super quick on the spawns, and how I have no idea how that didn't hit him. Go to the left again. And now it's only this cycle, and then the boss fight is done. There we go. And that is World 5. And now we do the bear coin robbery. So we take our boat and we go, we go to the store here. So now we do the bear coin robbery. So how this works is that while the game still counts the coins that we are paying for the mirror, we are gonna buy the shell. So you spam through his dialogue, and we're gonna go down to the second option, which is that a mirror? And then you will just, like, once you select is that a mirror, you can just spam B as hard as you can, and you will buy both for like way cheaper money. Okay, then we go to Blue to give him the present that we just got from Blizzard in World 5. This is like a little breather in the run. You just spam through his first dialogue box and then you just get to wait. Okay, now we open up Crematoa. So what I usually did is go above Mekanos right here, and then release Y on the corners, so you don't overshoot it too much. Oh, what? We got scammed, it didn't count. Whatever. You can alternatively go below Mekanos, but it is whatever. So after that we go up here, we give Barter the mirror, or like we trade it for the wrench, better said. Another one, if you select the prompt, you can just tap right. And then we do World 6. No more bear coins needed. This is gonna be way easier from now onwards. Okay, time for Buzzer Barrage. This stage is gonna take a lot of explaining. Okay, we grab this barrel, do one normal fly. Here you wanna go a little low, so you get that corner better. Okay, we go above this guy, grab this, and just go into the bonus. And here the strat is pretty straightforward. Grab the barrel, then we kill this guy, we fly straight up, we go a little to the right, we go a little to the right again, wait for this guy, then we fly all the way up, kill this guy, pick up the barrel again, and kill this guy on the way here. You wanna get like a 30, between like 30 and 32. Under 30 is totally fine too. Okay, here we wait. We need to do a turnaround here so we don't get hit from that guy. And here for this damage boost, I will rewind this right quick to show off the visual cue. So for the damage boost, I hug the ceiling and I start holding like diagonal down left on this specific like pillar thingy, I guess. And then you just fly all the way down until you hit the wall. And at that point, you just start holding right. We grab this barrel, kill this guy, touch the ground, then you will never get hit by that copter. And go down here. I'm gonna explain my visual for that too right quick, because that is like super lenient. Yeah, what up, master? Him fly indeed. So right here, you kill the guy, touch the ground, you'll never get hit. Here you just hug the ceiling, and on this pillar right here, that's like Quarks is in front of right now, the bright one, I just started holding diagonal down. You'll just fly right through. Then we go up right here, grab the barrel, fly and turn around. And here you can just keep the barrel grabbed, run into that guy and go down. Do a little turnaround. Here we do a down fly, just hug the wall. I'm gonna show off a damage boost here. I'm gonna explain my visual cue for that too. If you don't get it, it's totally fine. I'm gonna explain this too in a sec. And then we do the big, long damage boost. Okay, so let's go back. So right here, when... Alright, let me get out my thing again. Where is it? There we go. So, when Quarks' claws hit this shadow on the ground, I do a downfly. And that'll get me perfectly through there. So, let me get this out of the way again. Or like, I need to keep it on screen. Let me just put it over here. So, I do a downfly right here, and that perfectly gets me through. Then we grab the Kong barrel, and you want to do a small turnaround in this shaft so you don't lose momentum and still go through that guy. Then we fly up, and right here, on this crack on the ground, I do a normal fly to go over the first bee, and afterwards you see me doing a turnaround, and that is to prevent bad bee oscillation. So bee oscillation in this game basically works in a way that the bees can have weird hitboxes because they're oscillating the whole time. And you can get hit if you don't do the turnaround to prevent that oscillation. So you see right here, I do a normal fly, turn around right here to prevent the bad bee oscillation. And then you do a down fly like at the corner. And you will always go right through those guys. And here on the third banana, I just usually start holding right. So let me go back again. On the third banana, just start holding right. Hug the ceiling here. Grab this DK barrel. Go here. Now we basically do the same thing again with that down fly. And then we get into the bonus right here. Alternatively, just to show it off, because most people do not know about it, is that let's say you take damage from this guy. There is an invisible Donkey Kong barrel down there that'll give you back your second Kong. If that happens, we'll just enter the bonus with Dixie and switch to Kitty in the end. So we're just gonna switch to Kitty here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bounces, collect those stars. Team throw Dixie up. Same here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bounces, collect the stars. And done. You're welcome back, Clayton. And that's it for Buzzer Barrage. Okay, here we have the classic bear shenanigans again, so we spam through his dialogue, and once this option comes up, you confirm it and you press left, and you don't have to skip through the rest of his dialogue. That'll save you like a second or a second and a half. So now we have the Burn Your Rope update, also known as Confused Cliffs. As an any percent runner, you know this stage pretty well. If you don't know the stage, just copy the movement that I'm doing and you'll be fine. Nothing out of the ordinary should happen that way. But basically this is just like a breather in the run, where you can just chill out, give your chat an update on the run, like it is tradition. So jump over here, the first bonus is coming up soon. Dodge this guy, dodge this guy, and after this hornet right here, we go to the right and you just hold Y and jump up the slopes. So in this bonus, you don't hold Y, that is the strat. You just look at my input display, you just hold up, switch the sides, once you're like inside the barrel, and on the last buzzer you can re-grab Y again. That's it, free bonus. Alrighty, and now we're just gonna be vibing for a bit again. Good thing is though, the late game is really much way more chill than like the first 5 worlds, since we don't have to worry about bear coin counts and whatnot. This is all just about getting the last of the bonuses and DK coins. Oh yeah, and regarding the banana birds, I was gonna mention that earlier, but like might as well mention it now. I usually keep a piece of paper and a pen for the banana birds, but I only use them after World 7. So up until World 7 you get a max of 7 inputs on the banana birds, and that's usually fine. But on the cleanup you'll get like more, so I usually keep a pen and a piece of paper to just write it down. Okay, here, next bonus, we stay on the left, turn around, and on the third buzzer, we jump over to the right with a full jump. On this bonus, it's basically the same, but we hold Y, you just go up, switch the side after each buzzer. Pretty chill, not a lot going on. Jump to the right when the timer hits 6. And now we have the rest of the stage, so you go up here. We wait out the next 2 guys. Easy peasy. Now we grab the G, this doesn't lose time. And it gives your chat an opportunity to post the G. So that's sick. Right, you wait until you hear the keg spawn. Just throw it. And done. Even got the color palette glitch. Alright, now we're gonna go up here to Björn. Talk to him, the same thing. Once his confirmation comes up, you press B and to the right. So we exit earlier. Because there's a banana cave up here. That I will surely not mess up. I didn't mess it up. Let's go. Okay, and now we just go back and we go beat floodlit fish. So I do a normal swim and 2 down swims here to cut that corner good. I released right there, that was my fault. It'll almost always work out though. Alrighty. This stage is pretty straightforward. I'm gonna hug the ceiling here so this lurchin spawns in a good manner. Very important. After this guy we go to the right for the first bonus, which is collect 90 stars. Basically just gonna be launching a lot. Was too greedy on that input. Oops. That doesn't matter. So now we are coming up, we are having the first like vertical lurching sections. So there the movement is precise. So release down before this lurchin and before this lurchin and before this lurchin. Very important, otherwise you might get hit. So here, you wait, just so you don't get hit from those guys. Here it's very important to not release down on the first one, release down on the second and the third one though. Here we just wait and launch through those guys. And here you just want to copy my movement. It's just specific launches, basically. It's nothing too bad though. It's just chaining launches with having like, with holding specific. Okay, I just want to explain this bonus a little more in depth. So we're gonna start with holding diagonally up to the left, and we are gonna do 4 launches to the left and up. 1, 2, 3, 4. After that one, we turn around and do 2 launches right and upwards. 1, 2. At that point, I switch to downwards and we do 3 launches downwards. 1, 2, 3. At that point, we switch the side yet again and do 2 launches to the down and to the left. 1, 2. And then we do 1 more to the down right to get these and just swim and launch to the last ones. Alternatively, you can also just swim through there normally, but this is way more consistent and easy if you just count your launches. Up or down inputs. That's what the input display is good for. Here I usually don't do a launch and just go around that guy to be sure. And now we're gonna get the DK coin. Here you wanna wait, because otherwise you're gonna bonk against the coin. Okay. Here you don't want to hold Y and do the roll later, because otherwise you'll bounce off of the crate and that'll lose you a little bit of time. So here we can go for a snipe that I hit. Nice. That'll give you a better line if you hit that. Let me show my visual cue for that right quick. So, okay. So here you do not have to turn around with Kitty. You won't get hit. So my visual cue is basically right, like before I'm under the second copter, I shoot when I'm on the ground. And usually you'll hit the guy. If you don't hit the guy, just go around on the right side of him. And you can snipe that crate too, to save a little bit of time. Here we just launch through, do a charge cancel, charge cancel again, dismount, and we're gonna grab Ellie. I'm gonna put like an explanation of like charge cancels and stuff in the beginning or the end of the tutorial. Okay, so here you wanna hold up because that gives you insane detection for Ellie. Like you saw right there, I didn't even touch Ellie basically and still landed on her. That's all just because I was holding up. Very important. I didn't know that for the longest time. So, here don't jump. Gonna grab Squitter. Jump over this guy. If you take damage, it's whatever. Squitter will be trapped in that pit below anyways. Wait out the first shot. Oops, if that happens, just team throw in there. Otherwise, you just dismount Squitter into the bonus. Gonna use Dixie again. Throw her over there. Roll in 2 jumps. That'll set you up to not get hit by the fire again. Shoutouts to Love for that, by the way. Here we wait. Otherwise, we will get hit by that fireball, and we do need both Kongs here, which is very important. So we jump onto him, jump and throw the keg, and easy peasy, stage is done. Okay, time for 6-5. Gonna do some kitty rope climbing here. You don't need to jump over that guy. You can though. Need to release the D-pad before that one buzzer. Gonna wait out this guy, grab the barrel. Okay, in this bonus you wanna hold Y and jump to make it in front of the first buzzer here. And then jump, jump, done. Alright, we pick up the barrel, throw when Kitty is outside of the doorway to get a better cycle. And then we just jump into that buzzer while holding jump. You can grab Kitty there, you can just not grab him, it doesn't really make a difference. Drop down and cue a roll from the coin. That is the fastest and most consistent option right there. Here, just line up with the wall. Grab parry. I do jump on the... I'm gonna show that off in a sec. I have a decent visual cue there. So, hold up. So my visual cue right here is to do a full jump right on the transition between like the clouds and the rocky background. And then you can just do a full jump or like a jump and a twirl and you will never hit that buzzer no matter what. There we do a turnaround, a small one, to get a better lineup with those buzzers. And on this specific bonus, this is gonna be one of the scariest bonuses in the whole run. Because if you mess up this bonus, you're gonna have to replay half of the stage. Like, you're gonna have to die, and you're gonna have to replay from the midway. So, just take this bonus safe in a run, because being too hasty here and messing this up feels insanely bad. That is definitely not one of the places where you want to lose your run to. And then the stage is done. I guess I can show off a quick bar boss tutorial too. Righty, time for bar boss. I'm gonna explain it afterwards. Easy. Okay, let me explain this right quick. So, in the first phase is straightforward. Like, you just want to launch the Lurchins into Barboss, like into his barrier, at like an angle. You can, like, stop your momentum by just pressing A right quick. That's what I did there. So then we go down, and here in the second phase, this is where the first lineup comes in. So I do line up. There's like this black continuous like line basically through those corals. And that's what I line up like the middle fin from Enguarde with. You have a lot of leeway. Like, I'm really close to him now. Like, you can be like really close to the coral too. It doesn't really matter that much. And then basically once you're here, I do adjust my lineup a little bit, so I'm a little bit higher, right? Like I said, my lineup was a little bit low. So now you see that the Lurchin right here is going down. So you wait out that Lurchin going down, going up, and then the next time he goes down, we launch inside of Barboss and press A in the middle to stop our momentum again. You wait out until that Lurchin gets hit, because if you go too early, the next cycle won't line up. So wait until this guy gets hit and then just launch to the left out again, which I'm gonna do here. Like, I go pretty far onto the coral, that is like way more comfortable for me, and then I start slowly going left, which we're gonna see now. So we see the Lurchin is going, like, this Lurchin right here is going down again. It's going up, and I start going a little bit to the right, and once this Lurchin goes down again, I launch inside, and like, once I'm like here-ish and I see that the Lurchin is gonna get hit, I turn around and do a launch attack, like a normal Y press launch attack, to hit Barboss immediately. So here you hit him just as quick as possible, and the lineup, OBS please, and the lineup for this is that I line up Enguarde's eyes with these corals right here on the left side, and then you can just launch. Like, sometimes you even get stuck in the money spot, like I just did here, and you can just charge away. Otherwise, you're just gonna go up again and line up with the corals again. Okay, then it's time for World 7. But yeah, this is all gonna be pretty much straightforward. World 7, World 8 is not a lot. So, alrighty, let's just go over there. Alright, let's do 7-1. Just do a short roll here, otherwise you'll bonk against the knocker. Don't roll here for those two. And don't roll into the bonus. It's actually faster to not roll. Very nice. Just copy the movement. There are like multiple ways to do the movement in that bonus, so it's not strict by any means. Just grab the midway. Bonk on the first guy. And hover in the bonus here. This bonus is just gonna be taking like each rope, adjusting sometimes depending on what spawns you get, but usually you'll just be like going from the left to the right here. Oops. Of course I'm getting like the worst RNG to show off, but it's whatever. Okay, here we go. Under the B, little turnaround to not get hit. And here we're gonna hover backwards right quick to get a better B cycle so that we can just hold right here. Just drop down, throw the barrel. Easy. Okay, the next stage is gonna be a little more complicated, I guess. Jump over the DK barrel. Then we're gonna switch to Kitty, like, immediately. And we're gonna team up, so we're gonna enter the barrels earlier. Like the ghost barrels. Nice, 4th cycle, that's the worst one you can get. Right here we bounce on the guy and roll right on the edge, so we get a fast cycle right here. And here, it is RNG, that barrel does not always phase upwards. Okay, in this bonus we want to get to the middle as quickly as possible and team up under this barrel, so that we get into it quick. Oops. I missed 2 stars. That can happen. It's not the end of the world though. This bonus is super weird anyways, so I've always had trouble with that bonus getting like decent times there, so. Right, here we release Y to roll through that DK barrel smoothly. Just shoot. Alrighty, here we come out the barrel, we're gonna shoot the knocker and we're gonna shoot the blue guy in case we accidentally drop a web here. And here in this bonus you can just buffer, jump, do a twirl, go under those guys, and go under the next guys. We're gonna go for the baby strat in this stage, like in this section here. Not baby strat, but like the safe strat, so we jump over that guy and bonk on him. Then we wait, grab kitty back, and here we're gonna get the DK coin. So we're gonna grab this barrel, do an up throw from down here, release Y so you don't accidentally grab it, and then we wait here. So here, I'm just gonna do this right quick and gonna go over it afterwards. It's a very safe damage boost ending. So basically, how you wanna approach this ending is that you wanna do a full jump into a twirl. Oh, god damn it, that was not good. I pressed the wrong button. Is that you wanna do a full jump into a twirl, bounce on the second guy, and then roll through this first red buzzer, because otherwise you're too slow for the second one. Yo, what up, Monkey? Thanks for the good luck. So, let me show this again. So, you come out, full jump, twirl, bounce on this guy. I do release a Y for that, like I do end the twirl. Then we bounce into the buzzer, take damage, roll through this guy, and you will never get hit by that second buzzer. Easy peasy. Okay, now we need to open up the next banana bird cave. And the game wants you to like circle around these rocks, but we can just touch this rock, and it opens up. And I'm surely not gonna mess up this one either, right? Very cool, I didn't mess it up. So, now for Lightning Lookout. This stage is just gonna take practice and just copying movement, because you wanna have specific movement, like start your rolls at specific spots and whatnot. I'm gonna try to go over as much as I can, but it is rough. So here we wanna wait a little bit so the next lightning doesn't strike the water while we're in it. And let me go over the visual cues for my rolls here then. So, we grab this, and I start my first roll at the start of like these logs. Then you just do a normal roll. This is all good, delay that roll a little bit. Jump after picking up the keg to preserve speed. And here we just wait a little bit until going through. So here we can just buffer a full jump, so just hold jump. And we just bounce on the beetles. Okay, now we want to get a long roll. So start the roll early, because we want to have enough speed to clear it. So long roll and 2 full jumps. Alright, jump into the booty bird and hold right until you hit the second booty bird. I'm gonna hold up. I'm gonna show that off again in a sec. Yep, perfect. So, right here. We roll and we want to touch them like from the bottom. Hold jump while doing that and hold right until and you want to start hovering. Like basically you just want to get a full jump and a buffed hover. the hover won't really go off. Like, it only goes off for a tiny bit. It just makes it more consistent to hit the booby bird. So you hit the booby bird and then you turn to the left to go around and bait this lightning to strike the red bee in the top. And then we just jump up, throw the barrel, and keep rolling. So here we're gonna grab this and do a turnaround to manipulate the lightning. Wait out that one, in case it strikes there. In this stage it's just like the lightning can get off cycle, but it is whatever. Jump over this guy and get into the bonus barrel. In this bonus barrel I usually just like keep jumping like to the left and to the right to bait the lightning and like try to dodge the lightning when I see it, that it's like in an unfavorable spot. This is bonus coin number 69, if I remember correct, so nice. And now for the ending. I'm just gonna do it right quick and then I'm gonna explain it afterwards. There we go. Okay, so for this ending, what we want to do is we exit the bonus, we pick up the barrel, and we want to... Oh, I did it yet again, and we want to jump into the hornets. Gonna have to do the ending again. Whatever. Guess it's just gonna show off that this ending is good and consistent. There we go. So... what we want to do is we want to grab the DK barrel and we want to jump into these hornets with the DK barrel in hand, like I did earlier. It's just important to jump into these hornets so that it all... that like your starting position, because the lightning gets reset when you take damage and when you pop DK barrels and whatnot, and jumping into these buzzers will just give you a consistent spot on where the lightning will get reset. So jump into them. Jump immediately, buffer is like a small jump when you land and roll through this beetle. And you jump on the ledge here, or like on the edge, and turn around. And once you see that the lightning is gonna hit above you, you're gonna jump over the barrel, roll, and jump from the second banana here. From the second banana from the left. Do a full jump and twirl through those guys. And you will never get hit. This is like fully explained on the wiki too. So... this should be enough of an explanation. Okay. Yeah, this stage is not that bad. It's pretty straightforward. Just try to avoid the coin dozers. Here we're gonna just jump. Here you wait out one bounce. Because you can get a clean cut there, but if you don't get it, you just fall off on the side. There we go. Alright, here we're gonna grab Kitty. For the case that we might mess up the strat for entering the second bonus, having Kitty is really good. Because here we're gonna enter the bonus like this, but if you mess that up, you can just team, like, Kong switch to Kitty and team throw up in that bonus. Which is very nice. So this is another green banana bonus. You might want to look up these spawns, but in general, in this one it is 2 bananas in both spawns on the right, and the rest on the other three spawns. Okay, we're gonna bounce. Sometimes it takes 3 bounces. Jump over that barrel, don't roll, because if you roll, you might roll into the keg and take damage. And here you don't even need to release the twirl button, you can just always immediately jump off the platform in the end. And Um, something most people don't know about. Okay, in this stage, the controls are reversed underwater. I guess you would know that if you want to run this game. So, this stage will take a lot of practice and getting used to. Just do a normal swim from the ground here and you'll get through. We're even gonna get on guard early in 103, not like in any percent. Okay. That's just like, just copy the movement that I'm doing. There's nothing really to talk about. I guess I can talk about this section right here. So here, I just do like 3 down swims. You can do 4, but this is like just a normal swim. Here we go up, we go to the ground again, do a normal swim to get through. It's the same thing over and over again. Here again. Okay, and here we can try and squeeze through. If you take damage, just stay in the middle and dodge these 2 guys. In this bonus, we go around the left side because it's faster. Like, we're closer to the exit if we grab the coin from the right side. So, that's why we're going around the left. Then we're gonna get the DK coin. Just stand on him and throw the barrel. And now it's time for K roll. We're gonna do a safe K roll. Yeah, just mash through the dialogue when you come in. Throw it against him. Then we're just gonna, once his head comes out, we're just gonna team throw over that guy. Grab the barrel and throw it in his face. You can alternatively do an up throw. It is more consistent than just throwing it to the side like I just did. I'm just more used to throwing it to the side, so that's why. Oh, I accidentally got the meme where we don't see K-roll. You can do this to show off. Save like 2 frames. You can mash like multiple buttons like A and B, start. Okay, just go under him and hit him. So here, we are going for the fast cycle. We missed it, so we're just gonna go into the corner. That is the backup. Like, if you get the fast cycle, like if you manage to spawn the barrel early, like I just did, but you are too slow, you can just go into this corner. And it'll still hit him, and you won't get hit. Usually you just immediately hit him from like behind. But we're gonna do it from this scenario now, from being too slow. Just full jump when he presses the button and twirl. Hit him backwards. I jump when he touches the lightning. Or like the electricity. Do another backward throw, and here you can just hold left. Like you see, you don't fall off, so. Just stay on the utmost edge here. And once he presses the button, full jump and twirl. Duck. Get this. Get on here. Just chill. It will hit him. Jump and twirl. Oops. And then jump and twirl over him. Okay, now for the last phase, release the D-pad here, so you don't get a bad cycle on him. Otherwise, you might have to wait out an extra electricity cycle. so it's important to release the D-pad there. And here we don't want to twirl into the coin, we want to grab it from below, because otherwise it takes longer for this cutscene to start right here. And now we're gonna watch it for a bit, so I can show off the spot where we need to reset our game. So this is like the spot in the run where you can like drink some water, I guess, stretch right quick, get ready for losing 40 seconds on boomer skip. So Cranky is gonna come and then it's gonna switch to the photo album. And once it switches to the photo album, we can reset our game. Right here, we can reset our game. Hopefully I'm able to mash through the loading screens, yes. And there we go. Okay, so now we're just gonna load back into the game and go visit Krematoa. And the thing is, now we have the chance to do boomer skip, what is called boomer skip. There is a great tutorial on that on the wiki, even with hand cam and everything. I really recommend that. And there's like basically 3 possible boomer skips, but they are not possible all the time. So basically what boomer skip is we are going in here and this guy is gonna ask us for some of our bonus coins. So if we hit boomer skip, we are gonna immediately leave and we won't pay all the bonus coins. So that means he's gonna blow up the first 4 rocks in this world, which are blocking the way to the levels, and we can immediately enter his house again to do another boomer skip. Even if we don't hit it, we still save a lot of time because we are able to blow up the last rock that's blocking Rocket Rush immediately. Otherwise, if you don't hit this boomer skip, the first one, we're gonna have to go back after Swoopy Salvo, give him some of the cogs, and then we can boomer skip again and try, because we have to pay him the bonus coins anyways. And then there's another scenario where if you hit boomer skip 1 and boomer skip 2, you have the chance to hit boomer skip 3 after Rocket Rush, but only in that scenario, because it only works if you give him all 5 cogs at the same time. So that's, I just wanted to give like a brief rundown of this. Like go into the wiki, look up how to do boomer skip, look up how it works. I just wanted to point out how the route works, because that wasn't pointed out when I learned this first. So I'm gonna try it now. I'm probably gonna mess it up. There we go, I messed it up. It's double frame perfect, so don't worry about it. And now we're gonna do the no boomer skip 1 route then. Which is actually what I wanted to show off anyway, which is better. So if you hit boomer skip 1, we could enter again, because we still would have bonus coins and blow up the last rock on the right, but we can't. So let's do the stage. Alrighty, get Squitter. This is basically like the bonus in World 5. Or like, is it a Mekanos? I don't know. We're basically just gonna have our 2 webs here the whole time. Gonna keep refreshing them so they don't close on us. And just gonna be collecting the bananas. Yeah, what up, Avon? Alrighty, for this bonus we're gonna pick up Squawks. And we're just gonna be flying between the banana spawns. Oops. Don't do like crazy hasty inputs and flying and whatnot, just keep it safe. At this point you're like 1.5 hours into the run, like you don't want to lose a bonus here just because you want to save like fractions of a second right here. And you can go past on the right. Okay. So now we enter alley. We gotta pick up parry, and this route is like important because we do have to keep parry for the bonus. We want a damage boost here to have the right Kong order in the end. There we go. Yo, Avon, thank you for the gamer sub for 5 months. Appreciate it. Okay, here, this is kind of scary because 4 bananas will be above the buzzer. But if you go from the outside and do a full jump, you will always have enough speed and clear him, so it's totally fine. Oops. I just went too hasty. I just wanted to be a show off right there. That was my fault. I just wanted to show off that you can grab the bananas below him with Ellie too. It is risky though. So you can just grab him with parry like this. Then get enough speed for the jump. And you'll clear it. Oh shit, last one on that side. Okay. Now we're just gonna get the keg. Get the DK coin. And we're done with this stage. Okay, in the next stage we're gonna do a couple zips. So we're gonna see how that goes. Okay, I will be going over A2 now. Just for the sake of the zips and the lineups, it's better to just have me talk over this afterwards. So right here, we just hold Y to get the normal roll in the start. And on this line, I team up, do a full jump, and at the a full jump to the right. And at the height of my jump, I team throw and start holding left. So right here, you see, I did queue up the team throw. Dixie, the team throw gets interrupted, and I start holding left. Then we will zip upwards and bounce into the bonus. This is another bonus where we will use the Dixie crying tag. So you want to go like behind basically this crack and just throw Dixie over. And that way you are always safe. So then we're just waiting this out. Okay, and here, this is all about the lineups now. So we wait here so we don't get hit by that buzzer. And this is where the lineups come in. So I try to line up Dixie's cap with this line. There's one line that basically goes through the whole side of all these shades, right? So it is kinda obvious when you play, but there's one actual line, and that's where I try to line up Dixie's cap. Like right here. It is quite linear. It is not super precise. So you just keep bouncing. Once you're above or on the height of that guy, team throw up. Get the same lineup here again. It's the same palette, so it's the same visual cue. And here we wanna get a bounce above the buzzer to get up. Okay, now is a big zip coming up. It's definitely worth to go for. It saves a whole lot of time. So I try to line up like on the right side of the keg, like you see right here. And once I touch this specific banana right here, I start holding right to get a little out and turn around and team throw. So Right there, all the artifacts. There we go. And then you just hold right again. Here we jump up. Team up yet again. Do the same lineup as earlier. It's the same palette. Team throw backwards over this guy. Get the DK coin. For me, I like to team up in front of this specific plant right here to enter the bonus. Just do a full jump and throw Dixie in. And in this bonus, we're gonna bounce twice, bounce on this guy, bounce until we're on a decent height for him, go over, go into the middle, and just go to the side. Okay, and after this bonus, very important, we have to go to the right here to spawn the metal kegs. So we have to go as far right until you hear the blast sound from the bottom. And then we can just go up this way, roll through this guy, get up here. You have to wait for this guy to die. And that is it for this stage, actually. Very, very nice. Okay. Here we're gonna wait out these two guys. Jump over them. Wait for these guys. Jump over them. Get into the squitter barrel. And after we like land on the ground, we're gonna do 2 shots downwards. Here 1 shot forward and 2 downwards. Just gonna ascend here. Go down. Enter the bonus barrel. Here we just grab these stars. Kill the guys. Grab the stars. Okay. We wanna use 1 shot from Squitter to clear out our path here. So we wanna like jump and shoot. Kill those guys. And here we wanna roll late so we get a deep and long roll. And we're able to jump over that guy. That roll needs a little bit of practice. But it is like the most consistent way to deal with that whole scenario. Okay, in this bonus, we're just gonna buffer a roll, do another roll, and jump, twirl over these guys, twirl over these guys, and we're done. We want to wait here, just for a bit, so don't hold down, don't hold right when you're exiting that bonus. It's just so the fucking Tyrant Twin Tussle guys won't mess you up. Okay, here we're gonna wait this out because having only 1 Kong in this bonus is extremely bad. So we're gonna Kong switch, throw Dixie, and then we're gonna just chill here and collect the bananas in the middle. When the guys come back, we're gonna dodge, hope that bananas spawn in the middle again. And then we win this bonus, and that's it for this stage. There we go. Okay. This stage is really hard. And needs a lot of practice. That's like all I can say about this stage, basically. I go right and left there. We shoot this guy. Slow down a bit. If you miss him, like you don't wanna take damage in this stage when you don't have to. Okay, bait this guy out. Bait this guy out. And here we're just gonna like team throw Dixie into the coin from below to save some time. Here we can just do a diagonal fly, exiting this. Line up with this wall and just fly straight up. Okay, here we want to go right, middle, wait, and then we can just go right through. There, we want to snipe this guy. If you take damage there, it's totally fine. And on this bonus, you definitely would want to know how many bananas spawn in which spawn. Just because you don't have to worry about it in the end. There are also like people like sniping these guys when they come out, but that's like, for me it was always a little bit too much. Okay. Now we just drop on this guy, throw the barrel, do a little wiggle. Jump above this guy. You can also just wait it out instead of jumping over him, but jumping over him is definitely the easiest way. And here we wait and bonk on that guy to get into the bonus. This is the last bonus of the run, by the way. Buffer a jump. Oops. You want to turn around usually, but in the air, but it's whatever. Okay, here we jump above that guy and then we wait. And we're good. Can team throw from the second guy. What? Apparently I can't do that today. But you can team throw from the second guy. If I'm not mistaken. And that's it. Alright, now we have Rocket Rush coming up. But first, we gotta go back. Oh, it's from the third. I am so sorry. It's from the third bird that you can team throw. Okay, so now we're gonna give him the 4 cogs. And then we have another chance to do a boomer skip right here. Because we're gonna give him the last bonus coins that we acquired. And I didn't get it. Okay, and now we do Rocket Rush. So, with Rocket Rush, there is a scenario where you take damage in the end of Swoopy Salvo and you will only be Dixie. If that scenario happens, do not switch your Kongs before entering the rocket. If you do that, if you pick up this barrel as Dixie and switch your Kongs before entering this, you will wrong warp into a completely broken version of 2-1 and it'll soft lock your game. So don't do it. And yeah, this stage is just like memorization. Like I go right, oops. You can go right this late if you want to take it really safe and like bounce on that buzzer. On the opposite hand, you can also just go right on the height from that red B if you want to go a little faster, cut it a little bit cleaner. Here too you can just go super safe on top of the guys. You can also try to cut it all clean, but it'll get risky. If you build up too much speed and you hit the ground, you will die. And that is not a thing that you want to have happen in the second to last stage of the whole run. So, definitely just practice this stage a bit. I use D-pad and one shoulder button, so I use left on the D-pad and the right shoulder button to play the stage because it's more intuitive for me than just using the D-pad, but that's all up to personal preference. Right, we get this guy from below. And now we're gonna offer the last cog and fight the last boss of the run. So this is where you would have the chance for the third boomer skip. If you hit the first 2 ones back to back. Or like, no, only if you hit the first one. You only need to hit the first one to be able to do the third one, I'm sorry. Okay. Now I'm just gonna do a fight and explain it afterwards. Okay. I'm gonna explain this fight right quick. Um, you're gonna spam just through the dialogue here in the start. It's pretty much a given. Then we go to the right side. So this thing will fire to the left in the start. That just gives us a more consistent fight. So we will always go back to that spot. Then we'll grab the barrel, move out of the way when like this thing goes by. We move to the right. And I start jumping when he's like around this table. I do a full jump and I try to throw it when he is like in front of that table or whatever that is in the back there. So now we do the next hit from the left side to get a better lineup in the end of the fight. So we throw it. Oh, nice artifact. Um, so we throw it over there, go on top, throw it over there, and we go back to our spot. Now we have a fast cycle coming up. It is not hard, so we go and grab this barrel early. Then when this shot goes by, I turn around. You can also just go here before the second shot of this one and come from the right to the left there. But in the end, it all depends on this fireball. So you will watch out for this fireball. And once it is done landing, you will see like a splash animation. And once that is done, you can jump and throw. So right there. Once that splash is done, I am jumping and just throwing. And that'll give us the fast cycle. And now we're just gonna chill on this side yet again. On this cycle, we just wait. For me, my visual cue is usually when he is like in front of this thing I want to throw. Now the first phase with the moving ground. I'm just yoinking around here. You can grab that barrel way earlier. It's the same lineup. You can just grab that barrel immediately, put it down on the right if you want. On the phase before this, like on this phase, you can just grab the barrel way earlier and just carry it over. So, on this phase, it stops, and this will always be a scripted right side lightning electricity. So we will put down the barrel there to stop the electricity, and K. Rool will be facing to the left now because we hit him from the left early in the run, like early in the fight. So we're gonna get the barrel, hit him for the first time. Now we are gonna watch out for this thing at the top because this will show you from which side the electricity will spawn. So it is on the right, so I put it down on the right. Then we just get the hit. It spawns on the right yet again. I'm just playing it safe here. And I think I'm gonna show off the pause glitch now. So you can put down the barrel and you see that both ends of the lightning are out. So if I pause now, the lightning, like K. Rool will be paused, I will be paused, oh oops, but the lightning will keep going across the screen. If one part of the lightning hits the barrel and you pause, the rest of the lightning will go into the barrel. The barrel will be like electrified or whatever, and you can hit K. Rool early. That's all just if K. Rool is in a very favorable position for you to hit him, you can do this pause glitch. But if not, if only one side from the lightning is out and you pause glitch, the lightning will extend across the whole stage and you will get hit. So definitely make sure that both sides of the lightning are out. So right here, the artifacts. So right here, I'm gonna pause and you see that I can grab it afterwards. We are trying to hit K. Rool with Dixie in the end because one Kong has faster overworld movement, but that's about it. It doesn't really save or change anything. Okay, now we're gonna do the cleanup. For this part I usually have my pen and paper out. There are some people who have the controversial opinion that that is cheating. But usually this one I do from memory because this one is still 7 inputs. But after this one I usually switch to pen and paper. So, now we go here to World 1 and deliver the shell, I think. I think it is the shell. We have another chance of doing a bear skip here. Basically the same input as boomer skip. I can't do it anymore. But to be honest, the last boomer skip I've done is probably like 3 months ago or something. Okay, and now we're gonna get the funky copter. This is gonna be really cool. Hey, don't get stuck there. And then we're just gonna clear out the last banana bird caves and win the run. Okay, so we go bottom left first. Right here. Then from this one, we basically just go straight up. Right to this one. The fuck? Then we are gonna clear out this one right here. You can just hold diagonal to the left. Now we basically go diagonal to the top right. To get this one. Then we go to the top right corner of the map for the one secret banana bird. Right here. Then we're gonna get the flower and deliver the flower. We only have to fly over the flower right here and auto-collect it. Last chance for another bear skip. Didn't get it. If you hit the bear skip here, you're gonna force leave and then enter again. But it will still save time. And now we just fly over to Mekanos. You can just land right on the factory. Gonna talk to Bazooka. And here again, once his prompt comes up right here, you can press it and press to the right to exit this earlier. And then it's time for the last banana bird cave. There we go. And now we just talk to Wrinkly and it is GG. So here you still have to mash, because there is still dialogue. And the time ends once the screen fades to black here. So that is GG. And that is how you get 103% in under 2 hours without an insane run. I'm gonna probably put a lot of like some backup bear coins, even though I only know a couple in the end after this, maybe some miscellaneous tech and stuff. So yeah, but that's it. I hope this helps someone out there. Okay, let's go over some random tech stuff. So we have team hovering, which basically is that once we're in the air, we can recatch Dixie and throw her into the air again. This is only used in like one bonus and in the chaos fight. It's very easy. You just I just spam the button once I recatch Dixie, and you'll just get used to like the angle at which you throw Dixie at. It's not really hard. So and it's basically only used twice in the run. So okay, let's turn into Squitter right quick. So with Squitter, you don't want to press like the web buttons at the same time. So you want to I press L and L first and then R to make a web. So that's how I'm able to make these webs when I'm going somewhere, right? Is if I press it at the same time, it might work, but it's not as consistent as when you actually time it. Okay? And then there is the animal body damage boost, which I'm just gonna go here for a sec so we get to the spot where it actually matters in the run. So, right here, on this bee up there, I'm going to jump into the bee from below him and gonna release my B button once I take damage on him and re-grab it afterwards to get like an extra jump, like that. And that is all that is to that. Let's get Kong Barrel again right quick. Oh, we don't have one. I can show it off again though. Alrighty, we're right here. So, jump into him. Once you take damage, release the button and then re-grab it. Oops. I jumped into him, like, right under the corner. There we go. And that's all there is to it. So we can do it one more time, yet again. There we go. And that's all there is to that. Okay, I just want to give a short explanation on how zips work, like how it comes to be. It's very simple. So basically, we are going to, nice artifacts, we are going to team throw Dixie upwards right here and get that team throw interrupted by an enemy or by a keg. And what causes that is that Dixie is still going upwards and we are gonna go to the left. So that way, basically Dixie, because they want to, like, when you team throw Dixie somewhere, you are gonna get put to the spot where Dixie is, right? So basically, Dixie will be like, slide up this wall right here because we went this way. And that's all there is to it. So basically, it's just getting your team throw interrupted. And that way, we will just be sent over here to the left. And that's it. And that's how zips in general work. It's just that you have your team throw interrupted by an enemy or by a metal keg.